welcome back to another video. I'm gonna be doing a tier list for defenders for year 6 season 1 on Siege. I'm gonna be basing this tier list on not just mainly my opinion. It's gonna be an educated type of tier list. I'm also basing it a bit on pro league, like high level rank, and then the low tier type of play. We're gonna be also comparing the guns, the abilities, and the teamwork that the certain operator can bring to the team. So let's get started. So first off, we're gonna start off with Alibi. Alibi has the MX4 Storm. I think it's a pretty good gun. She does have the deployable shield, which is right now that's meta. Her ability alone is not the greatest. It's just there. But if you know how to place it where people normally pre-fire, I think I'm gonna put situational for right now. I want to put her on A because I really enjoy playing Alibi, but we're gonna put her on situational and then I'll see what I can do with him. All right, so Bandit. Bandit was really good back in the old Siege days, but ever since the introduction of Kaid, and people just know how to counter Bandit now, like shooting him from below or nading him, like concussions and all these stuff can literally counter Bandit now. He does have a great gun. He does bring the wall denial, but he's slowly falling off. Like there's better choices to bring either Kaid or Mute, but I'm just gonna put him in A tier. He's a good operator. Like the gun is amazing. You have C4, barbed wire, the wall denial with his electricity, but he's in a rough spot. He's just going down, but I'm just gonna put him on A because you can't go wrong with picking him. Cavi. Oh man, Cavi. No, we're not putting her there. She's. I mean, I know some of you guys are gonna probably be pissed at me. Probably think that Cavi is a higher level, but to me, Cavi is D tier. Her primary gun, straight trash. Primary, which is a shotty, is alright. Her pistol only carries like what, 13 shots, and her ability alone is not. You need to get someone down to get an interrogation, and if you die, then you literally don't bring nothing to the team. And on top of that, if you're playing against like higher levels, if you down an opponent, majority of the time you're gonna be dealing with another teammate that's gonna be there to back them up. So getting an interrogation at a higher level, you're never gonna get a chance. So let's move on now with Clash. Clash, I want to say she is situational. She is a very good operator when you're playing a setup around her. If you have like something in mind and you want to try a certain setup, Clash can be a very like she can be very annoying. She's just a nuisance being there, and a person that knows how to deal with Clash or knows how to play Clash, sorry, can make the best out of it. And I've noticed that sometimes in the low tiers, people that don't know how to deal with Clash, but other than that, she's situational. You only bring her in certain sites that you want to defend, but she's not a great operator. For Castle, oh man, this is. I'm pretty sure some of if any of you guys watch any other tier lists, people will normally put him as situational because yes, Castle does have a learning curve. You have to know where to put your castles because people normally just start castling doorways and you're literally interrupting your teammates, making like running into site, trying to prep the site. His UMP is pretty bad, but honestly, the game has been out for so long. Well, what, 6 years? I do believe Castle is a great operator. And I'll tell you guys why. Yeah, the game has been out for a while already, and I think people should already know how to use his castle walls. You're not supposed to put them in just windows or doorways where the attackers could just put a breaching charge or melee it or like sledge it and just get rid of it like that. That's not how you're supposed to put them. You're supposed to put the castle walls to funnel the attacking operators through certain ways. Wherever you want them to take or block an angle, that's how you're supposed to use castle. You're not supposed to use them just to barricade or castle yourself into a site. You kind of want to control the way the attackers push site, and that's how you use his castle walls to funnel them in the way you want them to push. So I know I'm probably gonna get some controversy with this. That castle is situational. He is, but I think he's a great operator. in the right hands, he could be very strong. Yeah, we'll just leave him there. Doc. Yeah, straight C tier. In a game that just involves a headshot mechanic, you're not gonna go anywhere. The MP5 did get nerfed a while back. You're only gonna get a little bit of damage. I mean, if you get the headshots, that's good. But mainly, he's notorious for spawn peaks. But other than that, doesn't really bring anything. If he dies with his ability, then there goes all the healing. I think Rook does a better job than him. But we'll get, yeah, you know what? Let's just do Rook right away. I'll put him as situational. He does have a 2.0 scope compared to Doc's that only has a 1.5. And it's also been shown online, like people that do the stats, that Rook does provide more than Doc. So we're just going to give Rook their situational. For Ella, I also enjoy playing her. She's very good. But I'm going to put her in B tier. You only want to bring her in certain sites, I guess, if you have like a certain plan. You know they're probably rushing too much or something like that, and you just need the concussion to kind of give you an edge. But other than that, I mean, she does have a deployable shield. That's also a good thing for her. The Scorpion it has high fire rate, but it is pretty difficult to control. And then her shoddy alone, the FO12, it's a very good shoddy. There's better operators to bring than Ella, so let's just put her. I'm gonna put her in high B tier. Probably better than Alibi. But I think she's fine there in situational. She's not a great operator, but bringing her in certain spots would give you an edge in certain rounds. Echo, for no doubt, I would put him in S tier, but ever since he got nerfed and it removed his cloaking from his drone, he's not OP as he used to be. So I think A tier is a good choice for him. Frost as well, B tier. This is kind of like the trap meta right here in situational. She does have a deployable shield, so that does make a difference in her placing. Her primary gun it has high damage, but shoots very slow. That's the only downfall. She does have a secondary shoddy to make rotation holes for the team. So you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna put her. I'm gonna put her here. Yeah, and I'm actually gonna bump Alibi over Ella. Goyo. Now to Goyo, oh man, he's very fun to play. He's very fun. He has the Vector as a primary. He has two deployable shields, or Goyo shields basically, the Vulcan shields. He has a C4, and he has an RA pistol. When he had the 3 shields, he was OP. But now that they nerfed him and he only has two Goyo shields, I'm going to bring him down. And I'm actually going to put him here in A tier. Goyo is very strong right now at the meta, bringing those deployable shields. Now moving on to Jaeger. Jaeger S tier. They supposedly, I quote, nerfed him. Well, it's kind of like a nerf slash buff, because they nerfed his ADS and it used to have like 2 charges. Now it only has 1. But the thing is, when you get rid of that charge, it reloads itself. Unlimited charges in that Jaeger device. And I believe it's like 10 seconds when it starts to like reload itself again. So bringing a Jaeger, he's basically, you need him on defense. He has a great primary. It can protect your team and yourself against grenades. Bring barbed wire and a bulletproof cam. You can decide on that. He's a very good operator right now. You can't argue with that. Kaid. I'm going to put him S here. I'll explain why. Is that Kaid, I have Bandit on A tier. Kaid is just better than Bandit. He has a TCG or TSG, I believe, the shoddy, the slug shot. He has the AUG A4. He has 2 great secondary pistols, and then a C4 as well, and an electric claw that you can basically use on hatches and like more than 2 walls. So Kaid he's a very good operator. You can't go wrong with him. You can also hide his little electric claws from the attackers so they don't shoot him. Ash. Oh wait, wrong one. Kapkan. Now for Kapkan, let's see where I'm gonna put him. For Kapkan, situational. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in front. I love Capcan. If you can't do nothing in the round, but you know how to put your traps in well hidden spots, you can basically help your team. If you can't shoot, you can't do anything else, bring Capcan. He's a very good operator. He has the 9x19 or 9x9, the SMG. He has the semi-automatic shotgun, the sausage. That's a very good shotty. And then prime secondary pistols are good as well. And just the traps alone is also, I'm putting him situational because also in higher levels or like in higher tiers, players know how to deal with Capcan. They know how to take on the traps. So he is a very situational operator, but he is very fun to play. I recommend playing him more. Okay. Now back to this Legion. Legion. Oh man, this is a good one. S or A tier. That's the first thing that comes to mind. He has the T5. It's a very good SMG. He has impact grenades to make rotation holes. His ability alone, when you use his ability, when you put the goo mines, is to gather intel. So you can either stop the attackers from pushing a certain spot, and when it activates, it basically alerts you. It's kind of like an alarm system that like basically tells you that they're coming from wherever you place your traps. I think I'm gonna put him in S tier. S tier for sure. He's a very good operator. You can't go wrong with Legion. That T5 is so good. And then the goo mines, if you know how to place them, it's good to stopping an attack and also not only stopping the attack, stopping the attacks. Like if they're gonna plant, they have to remove the goo mine first. And it stops operators from doing any action unless they remove the goo mine, and it does damage, and it also gives you intel. So it's S tier for me. So now with Maestro, he has the Alda. He has 2 bulletproof cams that he can rotate, move around and basically taser the attackers. And he also has a little bailiff. You can't go wrong with Maestro. I'm gonna put him up here. He's right. You need to be bringing him almost in every defending round. You can't go wrong with Maestro. The LMG shreds. It's the best gun on defense, besides the SMG-11. But you guys know what I'm saying. S tier for Maestro. Now with Melusi. Ooh, this is tough because I know she's getting a nerf soon, and I'm trying to place her in between the nerf and the way she is right now. The way she is right now, she'll be S tier. But then with the nerf coming in, where her banshees literally open up and you could just shoot them, that's a big nerf on her. But I'm thinking, if you know how to place them in very like hidden spots, kind of like a mute jammer or like an ATS, I think they can be very strong. Yeah, I'm gonna put her on A tier. I think she's still pretty strong, and I'm gonna put her like around here. She does have the MP5. It's a good enough gun. And I believe she also has like Ella and Sophia's pistol too. She has impacts and C4s. It's a very good roamer for Melusi. So yeah, having her in A tier is very good. It's a good spot for her. Now Mira, without a doubt, S tier. Mira she basically just shapes how you defend any site. It changes the whole dynamic of everything. Having a Mira in play makes it a lot harder for the attackers to just simply push into sight. And even if no one's in that, like behind the black mirror, it just makes the attackers feel uneasy because they don't know if there's someone actually behind the black mirror. They haven't nerfed it since she's been out. She's very strong. She has a C4, the Vector. I mean, she is slow, but I mean, when you're playing Mira, you need to be stationary. That's the way to play her. You need to be playing the mirror walls. But very good operator. She's fun to use. Now with Mozzie. I'm gonna skip. Let's go with Mew. Mew. Oh, Mew has a special place in my heart, man. He's really good. I'm gonna put him up here. You have an MP5K. It's better than that little MP5 is better than Doc's MP5. I think it's the same as Echo's, the same like damage output that they give out. He has that MP5, the MP5K. He has a shotgun to make rotation holes. His secondary is the SMG-11, the best secondary right now in the game. His mute jammers, not only good for denying intel, basically destroying, like stopping the drones from getting intel. You also stop. You also could do like breach denial, basically putting in, stopping all the hard breaches. And with the new buff that he's getting, where you can stop now, you disable claymores and nomads air jabs. Mute is in a very good spot. You can't go wrong bringing Mute at all. Bring him every round. Honestly, it would work wonders for your team. S tier for Mute for me. Oryx. I was gonna put him on D, but you can't. He has a T5. The T5 alone, and then he's fun to play. He does have a bailiff. You can bring, I think, what is it, a motion sensor and barbed wire for his gadget. But other than that, he doesn't bring anything other than like making rotation holes for your team. But you're taking damage on that. You can use it on cafe, the little bar tables, makes it a lot easier. But other than that, you don't bring anything. He's fun to play. That's other than that. But it's just the, I guess, tier, C tier for me. Pulse. He does have the UMP. He can see through walls, but not like from far distance, just close range. He has a C4. I'm gonna be fair. I was gonna put him in situational, but Pulse is A tier. And the reason why is someone that knows how to play Pulse correctly and that has a mic and can constantly feed your team callouts of like where they're pushing. Like, hey, there's 3 pushing on the south side. There's 1 on the left side, on the east side, stuff like that. Someone that's constantly giving out information to your team. That's how you're supposed to play Pulse, sorry. And that's why that's the reason why I'm putting him on A tier, because he is a great operator in the right hands. He kind of falls in the same category as kind of like Castle. The fact that Pulse also can like stop denial if they didn't drone you out and you're below them and they're trying to plant, you C4 them and stop the plant and basically win the round. That's all I can say. Pulse is a good operator. Mozzie. Okay, yeah, so I know where to put him now. I was gonna put him on. The reason why I'm not putting him on S here is because he did get nerfed when they removed the super shorty. He was literally like a combination between Pulse and Valkyrie. And when he had to see the super shorty making rotation holes, he was such a good operator, you would literally have to bring him majority of the time. So I'm going to put him on A tier just because they removed the super shorty. But he's still a good operator. The Commando's a very good gun. The Roni as well. He has a C4. And he basically has intel. That's only if and he can deny intel from the drones. Alright. So now Smoke. Smoky Smoke. You guys should already know this. S tier. You can never go wrong with a Smoke. He is the best anchor in the game. You have a shotgun, the SMG-11. The SMG basically is your primary. The shotgun to make rotations or take, close quarter fights. You also have smoke grenades to basically delay time, and not only to delay time, but to cut off like certain angles that the attackers are pushing you from. Smoke is all around just clutch. If you have Smoke as the last defender, it's basically a 1vx. Smoke has, out of most operators, Smoke has the best chance of survival and the best chance in clutching, just because of his whole kit alone. He has a big skill gap, but once you learn him, it's having a Smoke in your team is like, it's kind of comforting, having like knowing that you have a good Smoke in your team that can clutch. So S tier for Smoke. For Tachanka, the Lord, I want to say he was overhyped when they buffed him. He was overhyped and he didn't deliver. His primaries are alright. His like fire launcher is alright. I think I'm gonna put him on B tier, just because as of right now, yeah, he's not the greatest of operators to deny. He is fun to play, but I don't see anything amazing bringing Tachanka. what does he have? I believe he has barbed wire and motion sensor. If he had a deployable shield, I'll probably even put him on A tier. He'll be like a smoke, but he doesn't. The gun shoots slow. The fire launcher, you're basically vulnerable when you use it. You can get shot back. So yeah, I'm just gonna put him on B tier, situational. I think it's fair. So now Vigil, kind of like a selfish operator, but he's a better cavi, that's for sure. I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him around here. Vigil's K1A is a very good primary. He has the boss G for the other option, but the K1A alone. The secondaries, you have the SMG-12 and the CC. You have impact grenades. Vigil is the king of roaming. The reason why his ability alone, I know it's a selfish ability, but in the right hands, you want to use it to basically take out drones and basically make the attackers second guess on where you are. When you have a Vigil in the map, the attackers won't necessarily just push the doorway or the window if they're droning out and they see the statics, because they can't pinpoint where the Vigil is. Vigil is just the king roamer. You use them to delay time, take out drones, and just make it very difficult for the attack to be executed. So that's why I'm putting him on A tier. And I think that's the right choice, or the right spot for him to be in. And now Valkyrie. I know she does have the MPX. It's a P shooter, but if you can land headshots, then Valkyrie is for you. Does have a C4. She has a deagle to make not rotation holes, but basically like, you know, kill holes. I'm gonna put her on S tier, and I'll tell you guys why. The reason why I'm putting her on S tier is because her cams alone on defense, you have a lot of intel. And compared to Mozzie or Echo, maybe not Echo, but compared to Mozzie needs to get the drones in order to get that information. While Valkyrie, her cameras alone that's already like given information. So that's the reason why I'm putting her over on S tier. She is a very good operator. Bringing her and putting her cams in hidden spots, basically it's for the teamwork. Now Warden is not the greatest. He does have an MPX. He also has a good shotty, a pump shotgun, the one that Smoke and Mew have. He has an SMG-12 for secondary. He has a deployable shield and a C4. But his ability is for him alone. And I want to put him on C tier, but I also want to put him on B tier. And the reason why is because there is certain spots where you can bring him, make him look amazing. We're going to put him on B tier. The reason why I didn't put him on C tier is because of the deployable shield. Like I mentioned earlier, we're in the shield meta. Bringing him basically with the shield is very good. And if you have a certain setup, he is a situational operator. You don't want to bring him all the time, but when you do bring him, it's because you have a plan. Well, it's basically a better Jaeger now. His AUG is the second best gun in defense, falling short to Maestro. But he does have the magnets. He has 4 of them. He gets 4 of them. He has the Karatos pistol. Oh yeah, they removed the shield, but he's still a great operator. Bringing him and playing him in choke points where, you know, they start throwing a lot of grenades or flashbangs. Playing him there, it's very good. So he's S tier for sure. And a Rooney, she's still barely being played, but in my opinion, I think she's S tier, and I'm gonna explain why. The Roni, what is it called? The DMR, the M39, I believe. Also, she has a regular pistol, doesn't matter, but her ability alone, if placed correctly, it's almost kind of like a castle wall. That's 1. 2, it does damage. It does 30. It takes 30 HP when you walk through it. 3, it denies information if a drone decides to like take it. It destroys drones. 4, also it works like an ADS. If people want to get rid of it and they don't want to walk through it or waste a drone, they have to throw something, either a grenade, flashbang, smokes, anything of that kind. That's the only way to remove it. And on top of that, when they do remove it, and if someone's watching that, they can after 30 seconds, you could just shoot the top part and just reactivate it again. So if you do the math, what is that? 3, the surgery gates. And it takes what, 30 seconds to recharge? 30 seconds plus 3 minutes in the round. Well, obviously we're not gonna get to 3 minutes, but that's like what? That's 6 times for one gate. You can recharge it 6 times. But we're just gonna we're gonna estimate it, and we're gonna do 5. So 5 times. 5 times for one gate. And she has 2 other more. So that's 15 times. 15, if I'm doing the math correctly, right? Yeah, 15 times that you can bring it back and take out 15 things. But anyways, you guys get the point. Her gates alone to take away 15 objects in the game. That's only if they're throwing the gadgets. If not, then obviously the gate's just gonna remain there. It's making the attackers hesitate to push. But yeah, if you guys think different, you guys can always write in the comments. Tell me what you guys think wrong or what you guys think different. As you can see, the defense is well rounded. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys like this video, you guys want to see more, go ahead and like and subscribe. And I'm also going to be doing